Morning, everybody. Welcome to day 4 of the build. Looks like we're on step 21, and we're going to combine that with 22. Looks like 21 is going to attach this armature-looking thing to the rest of the build, and also it's going to incorporate this doodad. So it would appear that this is going to go in here like so, standing up, and this goes in here like so. I see. Oh, I see. Aha. So the little train wheels, you can see, fit inside those slots. Aha. So this would have been step 20, or 21, sorry. 22 is going to be bolting this together. All right, so that seems simple enough. Get that on. Get a washer in. Get our first nut. And if you can hear that banging, apparently they are building an apartment block not too far from us, and they're pounding in piles. But I may be able to get that out in post-production. However, let's continue. Again, I'm wondering down the road if I do this again, I might buy a hobbyist vise or something that gives me that third hand. This is a bit on the challenging side. You need very small fingers. This build is not for the faint of heart, but it is now beginning to look like something. Exactly what, I can't tell you, but it is definitely looking like something. Yeah, here we go. I'm convinced that some of these pieces are coming from the railroad modeling community. Oh, man. But again, you have to get these tiny little pieces. Now, it will fit. So now we just have to tighten everything up. Handy dandy and this is working rather well, this particular, as I say, this little wrench socket set from our good friends at Value Plus is really a godsend for this build. It's just the right size, it has just the right amount of agility, and it's all bendy in all the right places. This makes this whole thing a bit of a breeze rather than having to use tweezers or some other method to keep everything nice and tight. So here we have, there is a one exception to the rule. assure you these bad boys are not coming. Alrighty, so what we have accomplished so far. Oh. Phew. It's always better to be lucky than good. I just realized that there's two different sizes of nut coming out here. And as I was tightening the last nut, I went, do I have it in the proper orientation? And the answer is yes. I do believe. No. No. Crisis, my friends. It appears that I have this piece in backwards. So as to not embarrass myself, I will get you back in here once I have resolved my problem. Again, very much like Lego. Stand by. Well, after a slight delay, we are back. Didn't take too long. Essentially, just had to make sure that this longer shaft was pointing to the inside and not to the outside. So, we are now going to take on step 23, which appears to add more gears to the situation. So we start off with our main bolt, and we go from there. We need one of these. It's a very small bolt, LS28 for those interested in part numbers. And then we need a washer, and just one of these. Thank you very much. And then this wire bit. It's like some sort of fish hook. A slightly larger washer. The other side. Yet another brass bushing. Another washer, slightly smaller than the other two. Cute. These Ziploc bags are pretty handy. Ooh. Appears to be a very nice gear. And a lot of detail on it. And again, I'm convinced this is like a drive wheel off of a HO scale train set. But regardless, that must be where they got all this stuff from. And now we have a very, very small nut for the back. So let's see how this is going to work. So we start as usual with our bolt, tiny little washer. This fellow here. Slightly larger washer. Put the sharpie side this way. a brass bushing. Aha! And this bushing goes, well, didn't quite go all the way through, but close enough. Then a much smaller washer. And then into any hole on this, a nut in the back. Oh, there's no washer on the back side, but who am I to say? There we go. I see, so we can tighten this as much as we want. The bushing keeps this wire where we want to, so that's step 23. Pardon me, heaven forbid where it's going to go, but we'll be back for step 24. See you in a minute. Okay guys, welcome back. We're going to combine step 24 and step 25. 24 was essentially putting this teeny tiny little screw into this eyelet and bending it over. So there we go, that's done. So now step 25, we're going to take another one of these extremely fine screws, put it into this brass bushing. We have what appears to be another brass roller. And I'm going to put it through this bent piece, like so. And then you put a nut in the back, like so. Oh, this is a very fine. I think I need to change my screwdriver out to a finer blade for this particular nut. I think it's very, very fine. I think this bad boy will work. And again, look at that. This Craftsman set is also available at Rona. Just saying. Alrighty, so. Yeah. Here's the end. Guessing this one might fit. We'll find out. By golly, it does. I'm really beginning to like this nut set. Very. Nut set, what am I saying? Anyway, so this does turn. I'm thinking this is what we want this to look like. I may give this end, this end a little tweak. There we go. Et voila. So, a bunch of miscellaneous parts that somehow are going to connect. So, we'll catch you guys on the flip-flop. See you in a bit. And welcome back. We're into step 26, which appears to be consolidating these last two pieces that we did. So, no further ado, the first step is we're going to remove the set screw from this tiny little piece. Set it aside for the moment. Not to lose it. Goldie, thank you very much. All right, so we've done that. Now transfer to our first screw. We start then by putting brass bushing. We capture this bad boy in there like so. It appears we're going to put the other bushing like so. Possibly. We're going to put these two guys, these two washers, over here, and they fit over the brass. I see. They fit over the brass piece. This is going to fit over there. Ah ha ha. Again, I wish I had 3 hands, but I'm beginning to see how this is going to take shape. This is going to fit where the set screw was. Possibly, if I can manage to make it work, which I'm sure I can. It's just the tiniest bit awkward. But once you get it started, you know what? It will go, as they say. Aha! Just like that. And at the end of the day, you should have something that looks something like this. All right. It appears that we may have successfully consolidated, boink, all of these pieces into one mass. Now, I'm just going to make sure everything is tight. And at that, folks, I think we'll call it a day for now. With that, I'll wish you all a good day. I think the rail trail is calling my name, so I'll be on the bike for a bit. Take care, everybody.